Welcome to Thursday's lesson for building noun groups. Today we are learning to use noun groups to make our sentences more interesting, use adjectives to describe Gerald the giraffe. Your task will be to write sentences to describe Gerald the giraffe using noun groups.
Hello! In this video we are going to look at how we can create more detailed descriptions by building on a noun. A noun is a word that represents people, places, ideas and things. A noun group is a group of words building on a noun. The words we use to describe a noun give us more information about that noun. Look at the word house. House is the name of something. It is a noun. What do you think of when you read the word house? We can describe a house in this way. A tiny stone house. The word a is called an article. It leads us to the noun and helps to explain it. A, an and the articles usually sit before the noun in most written sentences. The words tiny and stone help to describe the noun house. We call them describing words or adjectives. So the words a tiny stone house gives us a picture in our head of what the house would look like. These words have built on the noun house and are called a noun group. A tiny stone house. Let's look at another example of a noun group. This time the noun is shack. What do you imagine when you read the word shack? The rusty old shack. The is the article and lets us know which shack. Rusty and old are the describing words or adjectives, and shack is the noun. The word shack is the name of a type of building. Is that what you thought a shack would look like? When we are thinking of adjectives to describe a noun, remember to use your 5 senses and think of the qualities of the characters and settings you are describing. That way you will create detailed descriptions of the noun for your readers. Think about using all your senses, not just your eyes, to describe a character or a setting. Use your 5 senses and also think about the qualities a character might have. When you write your imaginative narrative, pay special attention to the article or the words you use to introduce the noun. Also think about the adjectives, the special words you choose to build on the noun, and help the reader imagine what the character looks like. This way, your words alone will build images in the minds of the reader. For example, the wise and wonderful goanna. Remember, a noun is a word that represents people, places, ideas, and things. A noun group is a group of words building on a noun. Noun groups engage the reader. They make your story easier to understand because you are giving the reader more information to work with. You are describing characters and settings in ways readers can understand and imagine. Building on a noun will make your readers want to read more and more and more. So when you are writing or when you are editing your first draft, make sure you identify all the nouns and check to see that you have built them up to make them very descriptive using adjectives and all your senses.
Now, we're going to describe Gerald's body. Gerald has a neck. He has a head. he has a tail, and he has legs. Now let's write a noun group together. I have chosen one of Gerald's features. I have chosen Gerald's tail. And I have written a noun group sentence about Gerald's tail. My sentence says, Gerald has a tail. That's a bit boring. I need to think of some interesting words to make my sentence better. When authors are writing stories, they use adjectives to describe the features of their characters. This helps us to make a picture in our mind of what the character looks like. It makes the writing and the sentences more interesting when we're reading. I need to make my sentence about Gerald's tail more interesting. So I've had a think about some adjectives that I can use to describe his tail. Now, do you think that the author would say that Gerald has a short green spiky tail? No. When I look at the picture, I can see that Gerald has a long, swishy, brown tail. So I've chosen the adjectives to describe what his tail looks like. Long, swishy, brown. Now my sentence says, Gerald has a long, swishy, brown tail. Now I can make a better picture in my mind about what Gerald's tail looks like. Let's have another go. I have chosen his legs. He has legs. But what do his legs look like? Are they short, pink, fat legs like a little pig? No. Gerald has long, thin, and bandy legs. Those are the adjectives that I have chosen to make my sentence more interesting. Now my sentence says, he has long, thin, bandy legs. Now I can make a good picture in my mind about what his legs look like. Now it's your turn. Can you write one or maybe even two more sentences in your exercise book to describe Gerald's appearance? My sentences say, Gerald has a long, swishy brown tail. He has long, thin, bandy legs. Gerald. I want you to write one more sentence or two more sentences about some of his other features. You might write about his cute little ears. You might write about his long, slim neck. You might write about his yellow body with brown patches. When you write your sentences in your exercise book, make sure you take a picture if you can and send it through to your teacher on Class Dojo. I know that she would love to see your excellent writing. Good luck!